3 minutes until this broadcast from CMC Communications. Mark 2 minutes, 30 seconds until this next broadcast from CMC Communications. This next broadcast from CMC Communications will begin in 2 minutes from Mark. 2 minutes until this next broadcast from CMC Communications. Mark 1 minute, 30 seconds until this next broadcast from CMC Communications. This next broadcast from CMC Communications will begin in 1 minute from Mark. 1 minute until the broadcast begins. This is our final time check. Mark 30 seconds until this next broadcast from CMC Communications begins. Here's to a great game. The following is an exclusive presentation of CMC Communications. This is high school football, presented by CMC Communications, with complete in-depth team coverage of tonight's high school football action, scores, stats, and your game of the week. High school football is brought to you by Moody National Bank, consistently voted best bank in Texas. BMW of Clear Lake. Experience the ultimate in customer service at bmwofclearlake.com. Mackey Mechanical Services, Gold Star rated by the Better Business Bureau. Texas First Bank, you know us and we know you. Houston Partners Real Estate, helping build Pearland and Clear Lake one home at a time. Arlen's Markets, where the vegetables are never on the tired side. DeMontron Gulf Freeway, it's definitely DeMontron. All Out Off-Road, Houston's premier builder of custom off-road vehicles. By Flex Oil Services Incorporated, building a safe future through advanced technology. Bay Area Kitchens, custom remodelers from the blueprint to the welcome mat. And by Crazy Allen Swamp Shack, Laissez le bon temps rouler. The most in-depth team coverage of Southeast Texas high school football starts now. Alongside Coach Ed Biles, here's Charles McCullough.
CMC Communications broadcasting in proud association with AM 790. KBME Houston is proud to present our first playoff game in by district, the Friendswood Mustangs at the Hightower Hurricanes. We'll set up the first quarter of action right after we take this local timeout. You're listening to CMC High School Football tonight on Sports Talk 790.
In 1975, BMW sparked a revolution with the 3 Series. 40 years later, it's still the benchmark to which others are held. Its style and handling guarantee the ultimate in performance. Visit BMW of Clear Lake and experience the ultimate in customer service. Lease the 2015 320i sedan for only $279 a month for 36 months. BMW of Clear Lake has a large selection of new and certified pre-owned BMWs. BMWClearLake.com. 42004 due at signing. 0 security deposit plus TTNL.
We expect a lot from the teams we give our loyalty to. We expect them to play through the pain, leave it on the field, and give 110%, even though that's impossible. Yet when it comes to the banks we give our money to, we expect less than we do of the backup punter. At Frost, we want to change the way you think about banks entirely by never stopping when it comes to giving you our very best. And if you need to armchair quarterback us sometime, go for it. It'll only make us better. See what you can expect at frostbank.com/expect more.
Friendswood Mustangs come in with a record of 6 wins and 4 losses, although they've had some really tough losses, Coach, where they've been very competitive and have just barely been able to, or unable to hold on to what could have been a win in many of those situations. We recently saw them, or most recently against the Dickinson Gators, who are going to be in action against Staley Felsick tomorrow night down in Dickinson. A lot of playoff action around the way, most of it tomorrow night. Some significant games tonight, this chief among them, with the Hightower Hurricanes 10-0 coming in tonight at home again at Hall Stadium against the Friendswood Mustangs.
They got the home field advantage. The amazing thing, this is going to come down to basically what the Hightower defense does against the great junior quarterback from Friendswood, Charles, Tyler Page. Listen to these stats for a quarterback. The youngster has run the ball 245 times. That's a quarterback, 10 games. That's 24 times a game. Throwing the ball 62 times. So he's averaging 6.5 yards a carry. I think if I was Hightower, I'd put 2 outside linebackers and 1 middle linebacker on him. Let's stop him and maybe stop the ball game. So I think it's really going to pull down. The Friendswood Mustangs have been giving up a lot of points in the ball games that they have played. They lost to Dickinson 27. Clear Creek put 45 on. Clear Springs put 35 up. George Ranch put 29 up against them. Kingwood beat them 35-34. So they have returned only 4 players from their defensive football team of last year. Not much experience on defense. Offensively, they can put points on the board, but Hightower has got a great senior quarterback. Nico Hollins, he's averaging 57% of his passes. He's thrown 16 touchdown passes, 9 interceptions. On the other hand, Page, 9 touchdowns, 8. But the running game of Tyler Page is probably the big key for this ball game. If Hightower stops his running game, they probably should go ahead and win this football game.
Well, we're going to have an outstanding contest underway. 2 great coaches, Patrick McGinnis for the Hightower Hurricanes and, of course, Robert Kochman in his 5th year with the Friendswood Mustangs. They're assessing the coin flip right now, Coach. And
Friendswood won the toss. They elected to defer to the second half.
Yes, sir. So they will be kicking off, going left to right on your radio dial. The Hightower Hurricanes, by the way, are dressed in an attractive uniform, combination of colors, kind of a, you might want to say, a camouflage jersey and pantaloon combination with forest green numbers and silver helmets. The Friendswood Mustangs, dark blue, Friendswood blue, if you will, and then white pantaloons and silver helmets, and we'll be ready to go, kicking left to right on your radio dial, Coach.
Well, Hightower's got a lot of players. Preseason was in the top 300, Charles. They've got their big defensive lineman, Darius Anderson, 6'2", 300-pounder. They got the guy named Lewis, who's a linebacker, 6'3", 210, runs a 4.5, top 300, 6'3", 290-pound offensive lineman. Doherty, Lee. So they've got a lot of talent on this football team, along with their quarterback and defensive lineman. So this will be an interesting ball game. See how this 23-6A versus 24-6A. We're ready for the kickoff.
Okay, Cody Williamson will boot it left to right on your radio dial. Back deep will be numbers 6 and 2 for Hightower, but it's going to be shallow. Be taken, dropped, and picked back up at about the 22-yard line, come right up the pike to about the 27-yard line, and that's where the Hightower Hurricanes will set up shop. First down and 10, number 26 on the bring-me-up for Hightower, Coach Ed Biles, and that is going to be the talented Dante Bennings.
We're going to start off on our own 27-yard line, first and 10. Nice contrast of colors here, the blue of Friendswood versus the, I guess that's light gray of Hightower.
Yes, sir. All right, the Hightower Hurricanes. I'll tell you what, whether it's been football or basketball, we recall them just a couple of years ago going all the way to the final in against the Dallas South Lake Carroll Dragons some years ago, Coach.
It looks like we have a clock problem, Charles, to begin with over there. The scoreboard clock has not moved. Coaches, officials are announcing to the announcer's booth up here they didn't start the clock. So they're assuming that took about 10 seconds. So better wake up the timekeeper. He might be
Coach,
sleeping.
if that won't do it, perhaps one of you busted the door open for cornball jokes a little earlier. Why did the youngster throw the clock out the window?
Why, Charles? You want to see how
You
time
want to
flies.
see how time flew. Well, maybe that's what we're going to have to see here. Time's not flying.
Okay, Charles, one of your corny ones. Now let's see. Why did the
have
coach
you had your corn today?
Why did the coach go to the bank?
Because he wanted to get his quarterback.
You got it. Let's go. That's the way to start off
I
a terrible night.
I don't know. Trips out far side, one to the near side. Hightower underway. Shotgun snap, square out pattern. It's going to be caught at the 35, Coach. Not enough for the first down and 10, though. But completed out to number 5 for the Hightower Hurricanes. And that is, of course, the talented Terrence Cooper.
Right. To all three receivers at the right. Isolated the Cooper on one-on-one on here. Completed the pass for about 8 yards.
All right, Nico in the backfield in the shotgun. Twins to the near side, twins out far side. Standing in his own 30, motion man coming back to the near side. Fakes the, pitches it right to him. Comes around 40, crosses down near to the 50-yard line. Coach, that was a tremendous counter pattern coming from the other side. And once he hit that open mark, the speed was impossible to stop.
Yeah, they brought him back on motion, and instead of handing the ball to him, the quarterback just laid it out there on a little bit of a toss, which makes it easier for the man receiving to run with, and he took it up to midfield. So 2 plays, Hightower's at the 50-yard line.
Friendswood's defense has given up some points this year to people, but they've also scored too. And it's going to be a test of Hightower to see if they can stop Friendswood's high-octane offense. All right, it's going to be a swing pass caught far side. Already picked up 5 moving forward, Coach, and may have the first down in all the hurly-burly.
Well, that's what you're seeing a lot of in outside football, pro, high school, college. They try to isolate a man out there, throw the ball to him, see if he can beat the defensive back one-on-one. He picked up about 8 yards on that play. All boils down to whether the defensive back can make a good tackle or not.
Yes, sir. Ball will be spotted with about 1 yard to go. Make that second down now into 2 for the Hightower Hurricanes. Left trips out to the near side. One went out to the far side. Ball spotted on the top railroad ties. Nico in the shotgun. Snap. That's going to be a tailed back dive forward, picking up 5 and then some, getting all the way down to about the 31-yard line. First down and 10 deep in Friendswood territory.
Well, the ball was fumbled, but I think the officials are going to rule that the runner was down, Charles. The runner from Friendswood picked it up, but I think the officials were ruling that the running's knee was down. Now the officials are talking about it, talking over it. Let's see if they change their mind.
Hightower Hurricanes and the Friendswood Mustangs, these two teams have rarely met in prior years of football action. It'll be a Hightower Hurricane first down and 10, Coach.
Oh, they were offside, so it didn't make any difference. Friendswood was offside, and so now Hightower down about the 31-yard line, first and 10. They haven't slowed their offense down at all. Friendswood defense better start rising to the occasion.
And where breaks have been needed, the Hurricanes have been getting, you might say, those cane breaks. They got a cane break when there's a hurricane, they're getting the breaks. Twins far side, twins near. Nico in the shotgun. And the snap is engaged. 5-yard drop back looking. Here's it straight down the post. It's going to be just incomplete.
Well, just let him a little bit too far. He was open, went down, come across to the goalpost, and the ball was thrown about 1 foot too far inside of him. Let him just a little bit too much. Incomplete pass. Second and 10.
Yes, sir, and that's a good one down there. I'll tell you what, Mr. Blair Simon, number 12. Watch that youngster. Twins out to the far side, twins near. He just if anyone was going to make a circus catch out of that pass, he would have been the one to do it. Okay, Nico in the backfield, shotgun snap awaiting it. He does receive that. Now play action will be stopped.
Well, let's see what's going on. Officials from the far side of the field. Is there movement? Motion in the ocean, maybe?
Motion in the ocean.
Let's see if that's what they call.
Snap. False start,
Ocean ball, high tires.
5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Second down and 15, Charles.
Second down and 15. Nico Hollins, the Generalissimo down on the field for the Hightower Hurricanes. He's a good one. Got trips out to the far side, one to the near side. Hollins barking signals. 2nd and 15, takes the snap, handoff, tailback, busting forward. He's going to get most of that lost yardage, coach, and a lot more as he gets the first down to the 15, 10, 5. He may get into the pay station, and he does. And that's a touchdown for the Hightower Hurricanes. Goodness gracious.
35-yard run on the inside trap. Guard pulled across, made a trap, started one way, and he cut back to the other side. Once he made the cut back, Friendswood defensive players had overcommitted and a waltz into the end zone.
So Hightower strikes and draws first blood immediately. That very much the Category 5 Hurricane they've been billed to be. Up to this point, 10-0, and now it's 7-0. Hightower, as the PAT is good. We'll take this time out. You're listening to CMC High School Football tonight on Sports Talk 790.
In 1975, BMW sparked a revolution with the 3 Series. 40 years later, it's still the benchmark to which others are held. Its style and handling guarantee the ultimate in performance. Visit BMW of Clear Lake and experience the ultimate in customer service. Lease the 2015 320i sedan for only $279 a month for 36 months. BMW of Clear Lake has a large selection of new and certified pre-owned BMWs. BMWClearLake.com. 42004 due at signing. 0 security deposit plus TTNL.
We expect a lot from the teams we give our loyalty to. We expect them to play through the pain, leave it on the field, and give 110%, even though that's impossible. Yet when it comes to the banks we give our money to, we expect less than we do of the backup punter. At Frost, we want to change the way you think about banks entirely by never stopping when it comes to giving you our very best. And if you need to armchair quarterback us sometime, go for it. It'll only make us better. See what you can expect at frostbank.com/expect more.
Look, 7-0, quicker than you can say, Bob's your uncle, Betty's your aunt.
Well, McAdoo ran
Hurricane.
That is McAdoo's 3rd touchdown of the year. He really hadn't run the ball off a lot, Charles, coming into this game. He only carried 9 times prior to this game. He had 109 yards, but he knew what to do when he got that one, go up 35 yards for that touchdown run, and Hightower strikes first here in the first quarter. A great drive. They went 70 yards on a few plays and put the points on the board.
Here at Beautiful Hall Stadium, beautiful gridiron, solid concrete bleachers, and the home of the Hightower Hurricanes, where many teams got that bid to host their first playoff game. Dickinson will host theirs tomorrow night. Now, LaPorte will host Dawson, and the winner of that game tomorrow night will face the winner of this game next week in area action. There's a high end over in, but it's going to go shallower than it will go deep, and Friendswood will try to bring it across the 15 up to about the 20-yard line. And let's see what Friendswood can do to answer the clarion call here, Coach, as the Hightower Hurricanes are on top by the score of 7-0. And on the bring me up for the Friendswood Mustangs, Coach, that's Tyrick Ramirez.
Well, let's see what the defensive coaches come up with here to counteract Tyler Page, who runs and passes the ball an awful lot.
Yes, sir, Tyler Page is all the rage for the Friendswood Mustangs. Number 2, and he's also one of the team captains tonight for the Friendswood Mustangs.
And a junior, Charles. He's just a junior.
And just a junior. Twins to the near side and make that triplicates now for the Friendswood Mustangs. They've got a pretty big offensive line too, Coach. They go about 3 Bills, and I'm not talking about Washington's, I'm talking about Franklin's. They're going to swing it out to the near side. It's going to be caught, cross the line, bring it up 30-yard line, out 34. He'll get that first down and 10, or awfully close to it, Coach. And a nice catch and carry for number 4, Nick Swaney for the Friendswood Mustangs.
All right. Well, they had 4 of them out there. Again, that's this whole thing we're seeing a lot of people doing offensively, trying to get the ball outside to a receiver and let him run one-on-one, try to get one-on-one isolation situations. Become a big part of football right now.
Just those short play action, I guess, West Coast offense style.
Well, the defensive coach is going to have to start learning how to stop that type of stuff.
All right, Page. This time he'll carry the ball himself, and he does. Gets the first down, still on his feet, into Hightower territory, down to the 30, 25, out to the 20-yard line to the 18. Page just would not allow himself to be dropped.
Well, that's about a 45-yard run, and he's averaging 6.5. As I said pre-spring show, he's carried the ball 245-yard time, so You might want to keep those linebackers with their eye on that youngster. He broke 2 tackles on that run, Charles.
I'll tell you what,
outstanding
Coach.
comeback, brother.
2, 3, 4 times he shoulda, coulda, woulda been stopped, but no dice. He kept pumping, kept going, kept driving. And I'll tell you what, now they're inside the red zone. Inside handoff, tailback stopped by that camouflage green wall of the Hightower Hurricanes, number 21 on the ball carry. Picking up maybe one for Friendswood, Mr. Mason Barnes.
He's a sophomore, Charles. That's a sophomore running back and a junior quarterback. Friendswood, not that they're bad this year, going to be good, but next year they should be a real powerhouse offensively.
Yes, sir. So we'll have twins near, twins out far side. It's going to be Barnes blocking back, set to the right of now to the left, if you will.
Slot man's wide open, Charles.
Page, yes, sir.
Now he's
All
coming
right,
back
motion man coming back near side. Page takes the snap. There's inside handoff. Plenty of blocking up front. He picks up a healthy 4 yards. That's going to be Barnes busting through the barn door to the 15-yard line.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Coach, Friendswood Mustangs, they've got a really good offensive line, averaging about 280, 300 pounds.
Sophomore running back. He's carried the ball 147 times this year, Charles. He's averaging 4.7 yards per carry. 3 of those makes a first down, if my math is correct.
Yes, sir.
Third down,
all you have to do is pick up 4 every down. You snap, and before you know it, you're there. That's going to be a keeper for Page. A slowly developing play, but Hightower closed the door pretty rapidly on that one.
Hey, we're not fooled on that one. He faked the ball to Barnes, kept it himself, and appears we may see a field goal here. Ball on the 15, 25. It'd be about a 32-yard field goal attempt here early in the ball game for Mustangs.
Well, Derek McClendon got into number 36 for Hightower and dropped him like a bad habit before he could get any further. So now the Friendswood Mustangs, again, Coach, as you just mentioned, will attempt a 32-yard field goal. Snap down, the kick is up. That's Ramirez on the boot, and
good.
He nails it. So, with 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first quarter of play, both teams have gotten off the Schneider, and they're well underway. 7-3. We'll take this time out. You're listening to CMC High School football tonight on Sports Talk 790.
Arlen's Market, where the vegetables are never on the tired side. Owner Ames Arlen always aims to please his customers. Family owned and operated for over 20 years with locations from Seabrook to San Antonio, there's bound to be a location in your hometown. Online at arlensmarket.com. LaPorte Mitsubishi on 146 between Spencer and Fairmont and LaPorte, where Larry Garza's team has the same mission as the teams on the field: trust, integrity, and respect. Come see the 2016 Mitsubishi, America's best running affordable luxury car. Online at smartchoicelaporte.net. Flex Oil Services in Channelview is proud to help secure Houston's and America's future through advanced petrochemical and industrial technology. Proud supporters of high school football, contact Flex Oil Services today. Online at flexofs.com. This portion of tonight's game is brought to you by HEB in Texas' newest and largest location on Highway 96, next door to Clear Falls High School in Lee City, where families always depend on stupendous selections and incredible specials daily, and always for things that matter the most in a household. We are your HEB. We're here, everything's better. And by Etheridge Real Estate, located in Texas City at Palmer Highway, where Wild Bill Etheridge, his wife Carol, and all their staff offer the best listings in Galveston County for both residential and commercial properties. Call 409-948-1788. Online at etheridgerealestate.com.
Okay, Cody Williamson will tee the ball up between the railroad ties and the 40-yard line, left side of your dial, as Hightower will scoot some very talented and speedy youngsters back deep. Friendswood just kicked a 32-yard field goal, Coach. It's 7-3 Hightower. We've got a good one developing here.
Robert Graves and McAdoo back to return the kick.
High end over end. McAdoo scored the first touchdown of the game. Got it at the 10. Brought up 15. Bounce outside 20. Inside. Straight up to the 40. To the 50-yard line and into Friendswood territory. Heavens to Betsy. They finally brought the youngster down. And goodness gracious, Friendswood. A touchdown-saving tackle even at midfield for Casey Thorne. So
that's starting up pretty good field position, 49-yard line. So far, we haven't seen much defense, Charles.
I'll tell you, this is going to be an interesting ballgame. I have the sense that both of these teams have been kind of feeling each other out a little bit, cleaning out some cobwebs, playing a Thursday instead of a Friday game, getting used to that dynamic. But I think we're going to see some things opening up on both sides here pretty quickly. Trips out far side. It's going to be Nico Hollins in backfield. He's going to air it out. Going to be caught 35-yard line. That'll be a first down and 10 completion as he rifled that bullet right over to number 14, the receiver. And that, of course, is Mr. Keelan Jackson.
That's the second time they've done that, Charles. They put 3 receivers out to the right, 1 isolated receiver to the left. He runs a post pattern and completed for a pretty good gainer.
Tell you what, Hollins, that was a frozen rope, almost instantaneously thrown and received in the same half second. Trips out far side, 1 near. Boy, does he have some speed in that release. Hollins, 5-yard drop back looking. Almost in. He is in trouble. He's going down. About a 5-yard loss, and it's picked up, ball loose. And goodness gracious, Friendswood is celebrating, justifiably so. Number 31 caught the loose late Halloween pumpkin, and Friendswood will get possession. That's going to be DeAndre Holmes-Wilfork.
Well,
the son, I believe,
not a very good decision. Poor decision.
The son, I believe, of Texans defensive tackle Wilfork. Believe it or not.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Well, he's about half the size of his dad. His dad is
maybe a third of the size.
Maybe the third of his size. Dad looks a little heavy sometimes lining up now. As he lines up for the Texans, maybe this is about the last year of his career.
Twins out far side, one to the near side, ball spot on the near railroad ties. Wow, what a turn of events for Friendswood. Page going far side, looking good blocking, airs it out, slip screen, caught. About a 3-yard gainer. The Friendswood Mustangs will take it as that will be for the Mustangs, number 29 on the reception. Mr. Dylan Frisky getting awfully frisky down there with the receptions, as he did against Dickinson. You know, Friendswood started well against the Gators, but the Gators finally avalanched their tremendous offensive power late in the second half. I have a feeling that could happen with Hightower, but Friendswood well begun, half done. Page will carry the ball, hook around the far side, cross the 40, 35, 30, down to the 25, 20, 15 to the 10, and just out of bounds. And
on the carry for the Mustangs, number 2, Tyler Page.
Tyler Page on the quarterback keeper. Scampers all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Incredible when you're playing a guy and you know he's going to run the ball and he still can pick up yardage. He's had 2 great plays already so far. He's ran for 1,596 yards. Now he's way over 1,600 this season, and putting a pretty good display on.
Coach, I'll tell you, Frisky's like the bumblebee that's not supposed to fly. He physically does not look the part, but gosh, he just delivers. And it's just incredible. His actual performance is beyond belief. All right, Page.
A big loss.
That's going to be a loss on the quick handoff play to Barnes, but the barn door gets shut on him behind the line of scrimmage.
That was Frisky maybe carrying the ball, number 29.
No, sir, that was number 21, Barnes. But on the carry for the getting in there for the Hightower Hurricanes and doing a good job doing so. Outstanding defensive lineman, and they get in there once again, Coach, and suddenly that
Tyler Page
side of the line. Yeah. Yes, sir. They're not making any headway.
Brought down by number 99, Darius Anderson.
And it's always the big guys in the bottom of the roster, number 99, who eventually assert themselves, and we're talking about
Anderson. He's a top 300 player, Charles.
Anderson. Slightly unbalanced to the line, although now we've got Twins near. Well, timeout's going to be called by the Hightower Hurricanes. And we'll thank our sponsors and make our broadcast happen. They include Georgia Peeler and Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Phone 281-534-7635. Georgia, I've always got to pronounce her name Georgia when I say Georgia Peeler. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Phone 281-534-7635. It's Daniel Gage and Shear, S-H-E-A-R, Shear Pleasure for women, and Coach Biles for men. 713-542-8938. Coach, you will absolutely love the full body massage.
Woo!
Yes, they'll even give you, Coach Biles, a pedicure. You might have to move one of our friends Al Farb out of the seat, though. At Share Pleasure, 904 South Friendswood Drive, 713-542-8938. And Charlie Mayfield, nationwide, is on your side. Insurance, 281-992-7722. Charlie Mayfield in Friendswood, and Grant Gerard in the Cake Lady Bakery since 1974. Remember, we will cater Thanksgiving goodies for you from the Cake Lady Bakery, 281-482-3072. All right, Page in the backfield. Shotgun. Motion man back near side. He's all alone. Quads far side now. Page rolling back. Good protection. He's looking. Slip screen. Caught at the 15 to the 10. Down at the 8-yard line.
Or close to a first down. Depends on the spot. Great call by the Friendswood coaching staff. They rolled the quarterback out to the left side, Charles. One of the receivers over there just kind of snuck down behind the defensive line. It was wide open, but it will be 4th down and 1. And I got a feeling that the coaching staff is going to go for it.
Dylan Frisky on the reception. Takes it inside the 10. And the Mustangs rolling pretty well right now. Twins out far side. And we've got... they were trying to draw them off sides. Looks like the Friendswood strategy was to try to draw Hightower offside, but their own team motion, so they're going to lose a 5-yard penalty. They're going to have to settle for a field goal after the great opportunity after the interception, Charles. Yeah, it'll be 4th and 15 now.
Another field goal.
Or make that 4th and... yes, sir. Yes, sir.
30-yard field goal. Charles going to spot the ball on the 20-yard line, 10-yard end zone, 30-yard kick. There is a snap, the hold, the kick is up, it's high, and looks like it is good.
It is good. And Cody Williamson
Number 24, Cody Williamson.
for the Friendswood Mustangs, so they'll bring it to within 1, 7-6. Although they sure look dangerous between the 20s, that tough red zone D for the Hightower Hurricanes keeps them out again, but they still put up another 3, and it's a 1-point game, Coach.
Yeah, you can't keep settling for field goals. You got to put touchdowns on that board. 2 field goals, first 2 possessions, and
you also can't count on constantly getting turnovers or interceptions or fumble recoveries from Hightower. That's not often that they do that. They're not 10-0.
Technically speaking, most defensive coaches, head coaches think if you hold a team to a field goal after a turnover, that's almost like a victory for your defensive football team.
Yes,
hold them to 3 when possibility they should have gotten 7. So keeping Friendswood making field goals. You got some commercials you need to do.
Yes, sir. Well, we thank Vern Insurance Group over in Pearland. It's proud to salute the Friendswood Mustangs as well. Mike Vern and all the staff on 281-922-1616. It's the Silver Lake Church. Come and worship with us Wednesdays and Sundays as we worship our Lord and the risen Savior Jesus Christ. Phone 281-380-6087. The Silver Lake Church, the church beyond Sunday, the church that never sleeps. I want to thank Brazoria County Commissioner Stacy Adams. Proud to salute all of our Pearland, Friendswood, and all of our area youth on a job well done. Stacy Adams is proud of our youth, for through them we all shine. It's Ford Automotive. Ray Ford and the staff. And our name is Ford, but if you bring a Chevy and a Toyota, we're going to take care of it too. At Ford Automotive, South Friendswood Drive in Friendswood, 281-482-9315. Mike Miller State Farm Insurance in Clear Lake, 281-486-8950 is Friendswood proud. As is Dave Necestra Jewelers in Alvin, 281-331-4852. Dave Necestra Jewelers. And it's U.S. Golf and Games right behind Alameda Mall with putt-putt golf for Coach Biles and bumper cart outside for Al Farb. All right, Cody Williamson will boot it. A mid-level pooch taken down at the 25, brought up 30, bounce outside to the 35-40. Boy, these Hightower Hurricanes get really dangerous the closer to the sidelines.
They're starting off a good field position again. Ball's going to be up on about their 41-yard line, and so far we've seen a lot of. We've had 4 possessions and 3 scores out of the 4. The interception was the only play we haven't seen. It'll be Hightower's football here, Charles. Let's see what about 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Hightower was driving the ball, as was Friendswood. Between the 20s, they both looked like world beaters, but somehow run into turbulence.
Well,
when they get to the red zone, they cough the ball up to Friendswood as they got closer, but I don't think Friendswood can count on that forever. Trips near one's out to the far side on the top post. Nico Hollins, quick swing pass caught, 40, crossing the line, and can't get much further, maybe to about the 42. And
good job of reaction by the Friendswood defense, Charles. Again, that was the 3 receivers to one side, threw the ball to him, but the Friendside inside linebacker came out there pretty quick and made the play. They only picked 2 yards on the play, 2nd down and 8. The Hightower on their own 43-yard line.
Andre Lewis on the reception, and Jake Vraken on the tackle for Friendswood with help. Trips out far side, one to the near side. It's going to be 2nd down and 8. Nico Hollins looking over toward the sideline. Coach McGinnis then back toward his audibling. Shotgun snap again, swing pass caught far side, but he's tomahawked immediately, but it's an incomplete pass just the same.
Well, Friendswood's starting to make a pretty good adjustment to that, Charles. They're recognizing that they've done this about 4 times now here early in the ball game, and the reaction, the minute they see that formation, the quarterback looks out there, the 2 defensive backs are reacting up pretty good before the blockers can block on them. So that play is not going to be too good the rest of the game, I don't think.
Yes, sir. Zach Follis on the stop for the Friendswood Mustangs. He was all over him, red beans on rice. Twins to the near side, twins out to the far side. Ball spotted, low post, motion man Bowen back to the far side. Nico Hollins, shotgun snap, looking back, slip screen, caught as he hooks back in down to the 45-50, and a shoestring tackle keeps him from going further, Coach, and that's Follis again on the tackle. But a nice completion and ball carry.
And what they did, Charles, they took the third receiver standing over that side, that same formation, looked like they were going to throw the ball to the right, to the receiver on the left. He came back inside, picked up some blockers, and picked up the first down.
That was a nice slant
kind of a middle screen is what you might call it.
Yes, sir. Keelan Jackson on the reception there. But Follis, wow, what a tackle. Trips far side, one to the near side, wrapped him up at the shoestrings. It's a tailback handoff. Now it's bouncing outside, Coach, and powers his way down to the 40-yard line. Not enough for a first down, but that was a healthy run for number 6 for the Hightower Hurricanes.
McAdoo, that's a good adjustment by him. Play was designed to go inside, but there wasn't nothing there. He saw some light outside and picked up about 6 yards on play. Good adjustment by McAdoo.
Yes, sir. Ball spotted on the 41-yard line for the Hightower Hurricanes. Twins out to the far side, twins near. McAdoo blocking back, set to the left of Nico Hollins, overlooking the lay of the land. Got a tough blue and white defense ahead of him. This is play action is going to be stopped, Coach. We may have although I don't see a flag, it's probably motion on the line.
Motion by Hightower, and they had a pretty good play call there. They had everybody way outside, and it looked like the quarterback, I think, probably audible the inside play, but go for naught now. Sometimes, sometimes the high school level, when quarterbacks audible, those offensive linemen just can't quite handle that.
I see.
Motion situation.
There's a motion situation, and tell you what, Coach, the one to the near side, trips out to the far side. Nico Hollins, shotgun snap, handoff, tailback, busting forward. I'm going to tell you something, Coach. McAdoo can show enough get the yardage when he needs to.
That's still going to bring up a third down situation, and they are into Friendswood territory. It's going to be third down and about 6, Charles, here.
3rd and 4 is Follis again on the stop. One defensive player that generally stands out every couple of downs or so. Follis is kind of holding sway right now on an otherwise very tough defensive unit for the Friendswood Mustangs, nickel and diming their way to try to keep Hightower from getting any further into their territory. 5-yard drop back. He's going to air it out on the fly far side, Coach, and that is
well, that could have been interference.
Incomplete.
Yeah. That could have been an interference call, Charles. He hid behind the defensive back. Defensive back ran and finally turned around. 4th down, first punt of the ball game.
Keelan Jackson again, intended receiver. And I'll tell you, this is the second time now that Friendswood's defense, defending the left goal in this quarter, has prevented, or in this half, has prevented the Hightower Hurricanes from making any more progress. They recovered the ball on a turnover previously. Now they're forcing them on a 3-and-out. So the Mustangs have 2 men back, and they're both good uns. That'll be taken. Near side, well, no, they'll just let it bop and roll.
Oh, should have been
down it at the 1.
No, he didn't. He put his foot in the end zone. He put his foot in the end zone and turned around, but he was in the end zone. The ball will come out to the 20. This will be a touchback. Looked like it was going to be a great punt.
It sure
ball
did.
was rolling dead down about the 2 or 1 yard line, but the coverage team made a mistake, and so. Well, they're going to give the ball to him on the half-yard line.
It looks like they are going to position Friendswood just the same.
Good thing there's not a replay.
At the 1-yard line. So, in any case, we've got a good football game, and Friendswood, after initially looking like Hightower might have their way with them in this first quarter, if not in the whole game, asserted themselves, and on D has been doing a good job. Got the ball back here on a 3-and-out. And now they've got 99 yards to go.
And a half, maybe.
And a half. It's 7-6. Hightower with a 1 digit of a point lead. So Page will initiate the offense, coming around the far side out to the 5-6 yard line.
On the carry for the Mustangs.
Well, they bunched in real tight, assuming that Page was going to run a quarterback sneak, and he took the ball, just ran to the outside, and actually got him out of the hole, Charles. This youngster showing some very good experience in some of the things that he is doing right here now.
It's really incredible because when you're on the field, when you, if you were to pass, let's say if you attended Friendswood High School and passed him in the hall, he would not look like an impressive, athletic-appearing person at all. But, boy, he delivers on the field as he gets a first down right there.
Well, you know, Johnny Manziel, when he played at A&M, he seemed to have set off a lot of that type of players, and that's what this youngster is, 5'11", 175-pounder. Not the prototype quarterback from a pro standpoint, but the ability to run. They're almost like a running back playing quarterback.
Or a receiver, even. All right, it's going to be an inside handoff, Barnes, but he's going to be dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Don't test that interior line too frequently for Hightower because they'll shut the door on you.
I think that was the keeper by Page, Charles, and he lost a couple yards on the play. 2nd down and 12.
The Hightower Hurricanes. And number 39 is usually getting in there causing trouble for the Friendswood offense. For the Hightower Hurricanes, Richie Rodriguez. All right. We've got the end of the first quarter of play. Now we've got a good football game here by district between Hightower and Friendswood here at Hall Stadium. Charles McCullough with Coach Ed Biles. We'll take this time out. You're listening to CMC High School football tonight on Sports Talk 790.
C-Bar Contractors, Texas' most prolific contractors and constructors of commercial buildings and shopping malls. Call Chili Beans Childers and Cassie today at 409-925-5757 or on the web at cbarcontractors.com. Crazy Allen Swap Shack, located at the Kima Boardwalk at the foot of the Seabrook Bridge. Crazy Allen serves the finest in Louisiana cuisine, and if it isn't grown or raised in South Louisiana, we don't have it. At Crazy Allen Swap Shack, it's always time to laissez le bon temps rouler. Online at theswampshack.com. The Cake Lady Bakery, located on South Friendswood Drive in Friendswood, with a 40-year tradition of baked goods, excellence in wedding cakes, cookies, pastries, and holiday catering. 5-star rated on weddingwire.com. Call Rose the Cake Lady at 281-482-3072 or online at cakeladybakery.com. Ron Carter Clear Lake, where the snowman Kyle Snow offers Houston's lowest APR on America's luxury car, Cadillac, as well as America's finest import Hyundai. Ron Carter Clear Lake on the Gulf Freeway South, just past the 2351 exit. Online 24/7 at roncarterclearlake.com. Arlen's Market, where the vegetables are never on the tired side. Owner Ames Arlen always aims to please his customers. Family owned and operated for over 20 years with locations from Seabrook to San Antonio, there's bound to be a location in your hometown. Online at arlensmarket.com.
All right, we begin the second period of play, and we flip the script and come right to left now with the Friendswood Mustangs. Have the ball spotted on the near railroad ties and have forced their way from a suffocating, their backs to the wall at their own goal line after a great punt by the Hightower Hurricanes. But they've gotten a little bit more oxygen, but they still have 90 yards to go, Coach.
And it's going to be 2nd down and 12, and so far the Hightower defense has not stopped this football team. This is their 3rd possession. They've scored 2 field goals, so let's see whether the Hightower offense can settle down here and play a little better football than they've been playing. I think this running quarterback has got the Hightower defensive players kind of thinking too much.
Yes, sir. Twins, you can overthink things, Coach, occasionally. Coach Ed Miles, you can overthink things. Twins near side, one went out to the Page in the backfield. Getting back up, it's now coming back into the shotgun. Barnes is blocking back, set right. Shotgun snap. Pitch out far side. It's going to be Barnes. They're all over him, Coach. The Category 5 Hurricane D. And Barnes.
Just an old-fashioned down-the-line option quarterback. Took the ball down. Charles made the pitch to the running back, and good job defensive of reading it. So it'll be a 3rd down now and about 12. Might be a pretty good key play here early in the second quarter with
Darius Anderson and company shutting him down over there. So a twins to the near side, one wide far side, and motion man coming back to the far side. It's going to be Page, backfield, shotgun snap. We've got a flag thrown.
And we got motion in the ocean against the Friendswood Hurricanes. So that's going to be third down, about 17. Can't make those type of mistakes when you're deep in your own territory.
11:22 to go, and we're just underway second quarter in the first half of play. It's 7-6, Hightower by one.
Still third down.
And, well, Coach Ed Biles got an interesting football gamer. One of the few played on Thursday night tonight. A lot of action tomorrow, though, Coach. We've got, for instance, over at Bulldog Stadium in LaPorte.
Not so much in this area, but it's a lot of Thursday night games around.
Shotgun snap, swing pass, caught far side.
Coach. Incomplete, overthrown.
It's incomplete, just the same.
Yeah, this will be the
But the winner of this game will play the winner of the Dawson-LaPorte game tomorrow evening. And tomorrow night, the Dickinson Gators host the Ailey Felsick Rams. The winner of that game will play the winner, also played tomorrow night, over at the rig of the Pearland versus Beaumont Westbrook game.
Well, the Hightower should get pretty good field position. Youngster's punting from deep in his end zone, Charles.
Yes, sir. And that's Cody Williamson, and it's almost blocked.
Oh, boy, short.
Just barely got away. That Hightower, hard-charging youngster might have gotten even
He didn't even get back. He just got barely back to the original line of scrimmage. And Hightower, great field. They're going to take over on about the 13-yard line, Charles. Very, very short punt.
Well, Coach, I'm going to tell you something. Michael Johnson, the senior defensive secondary man for the Hightower Hurricanes, got in there and almost blocked that puppy, I'll tell you.
Well, a lot of pressure on Friendswood defense here now, Charles, with Hightower having the ball on 12-yard line, 1st and 10.
That's the worst possible position you could put the team you just punted the ball to in your territory, especially a team like Hightower. They're 10-0 for a very good reason, and they tend to get better as the quarters wear along. Twins out far side, twins near. Nico Hollins in the shotgun. Handoff tailback, Friendswood stopping him, but he still falls forward for about a yard or two just the same.
Just straight ahead, man-on-man. Offensive line against the defensive line. Offensive line did a pretty good job picking up about 4 on that, Charles. It'll be 2nd down and 6. They're inside the 10-yard line, down to about the 8-yard line.
Luke Armetta on the stop of McAdoo for the Friendswood Mustangs, but a 2nd down and 5, and basically they're well inside the 10, Coach. Knocking on the door, and it'll be
quarterback keeper.
Nico Hollins plunging forward, might get 2. Now, Hollins is big enough to where he could hit a brick wall and bulge a yard or 2 out of it just the same anyway, so long as he can hold on to the ball. He does, he did, and picks up about 1.
3rd down and 5.
3rd down and 6 yards to go for the Hurricanes.
All right.
Officer says 5, 6, I say 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm right.
I will go with you, Coach, every time and twice on Sunday.
All right, there we go.
Ball spot at the 7-yard line. Twins far, one near. Nico Hollins for the Hightower Hurricanes. And he's going to hand off, tailback diving forward. The Friendswood Mustangs, again, very aggressive goal line D.
Yeah, they're going to set up for a field goal. They're going to be forced to set up for a field goal. 3 running plays, Charles. A little surprised at the choice of 3 running plays. Nico Hollins has been completing 57% of his passes, but another field goal attempted, and this one is going to be, about a 24-yarder.
McAdoo's a pretty tough customer, but I'm not sure I wouldn't have gone ahead and tried maybe a toss sweep to the outside, get into the pay station. You've got a 1-point lead, but hey, Coach McGinnis doing what he's got to do. Snap is down, the kick is up on what amounts to a 22-yard field goal.
And it's good.
G-O-O-D, good. So we have a 10-6 football game, and the Hightower Hurricanes get into double digits, but not by much.
Unusual, 3 field goals in almost just 1 quarter of football game. Very unusual.
And I wouldn't have expected that between these 2 teams, as we thank our sponsors who make our broadcast happen, and they include all of our friends down at Team Mancuso Power Sports South on the Gulf Freeway in Lamarck. Phone 409-781-3030. We've got Sea-Doo brand Bombardier water buggies and more, and our Victory line of motorcycles. And let me tell you, Victory will help donate to the Warrior Project to build homes for injured veterans. Every time a motorcycle is purchased on the victory line at Team Mancuso Power Sports South, that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, they do. I tell you what, over in the Lake City area, Charles, Dan Fricky, who insurance company, he does a great job for the Wounded Warriors and that type of charity
every year.
Every year, a nice charity tournament.
Absolutely. Well, so the Friendswood Mustangs, for the third time, deliver on D. They get by forcing a field goal out of this high-powered high tower.
That's a great job defensively. You get a poor punt, get the ball on the 13-yard line. The defense holds the offensive team to a field goal. That's a win for the defense, Charles. I promise you.
Yes, sir, it is. Third time in a row, actually. Turnover the first time with the interception, second time forced them to a 3-and-out, and now forced them to a field goal. So Friendswood's doing something right on the D side of the ball, but the O has got to kick in. They'll have another chance to do that with 9:05 to go in the second period of play now as they will receive the ball. By the way, Friendswood, having deferred their choice to the second half, will get the ball to begin the third quarter. High end over end. He'll go ahead and kneel it down, bring it out to the 20.
Charles, that's a great kick. In high school football, you don't too often see that kicker punt the ball in the middle of the end zone where they down it and bring the ball out from there. Usually they get a return. That's a long kick.
Frisky on the reception and the kneel down for Friendswood, and
ball will come out to the 25-yard line per the high school rules.
Yes, sir. And we will see if Mr. Page can turn another page out of his playbook and take the ball 75 yards and give Friendswood a...
I don't think he'll do it on one play. I'm betting against one play.
Possibly not in one. There's not too many 75-yard plays in your coaching manual.
But he has the ability to do it, though.
Yes, sir. Pistol formation rolling far side. Page, watch out. He'll find a seam, try to stitch it up. The kid's incredible. Look at him go, Coach. The bumblebee that can't fly does not look like he can athletically handle this, but my goodness, the performance tells otherwise.
Well, he didn't make 75, but he made about 7 out of a play that should have been
nothing.
He had 3 broken tackles, missed tackles by the Hightower defense. So he did make a play out of a play that would look like it was going to be a busted play. So it's going to be second down and 3 or 4.
Missed tackles indeed, Coach, but I'll tell you, Page powers his way through those tackles is the problem.
That time he didn't pay.
Not that time, though.
Yep, they found it out that time. Got him for about a yard loss. So third down, possession play now for Friendswood.
Coach, it helps when the man tackling you is not only number 30 for the Hightower Hurricanes, the extremely talented Mr. Burgess, but also number 99, Darius Anderson. Between the two of them, it's about 500 pounds of Hightower Hurricane. Twins out far side, one near. All right, Page, 5-yard drop back looking. Airs it out far side, and it is incomplete.
Pass incomplete.
Fourth down, another punting situation. Back-to-back punting situation for Friendswood, Charles, here now.
On the coverage was number 28.
Yes, sir.
For the Hurricanes brings up
for the Friendswood Mustangs.
Back to return the punt.
Intended out far side for Frisky, but great coverage by the Hightower Hurricanes. And now quicker than you can say, KBME Houston, Sports Talk 790. They've got to punt the ball.
It looks like they may be trying to block us. They got a lot of people coming.
Yes, sir. They have almost succeeded in doing that, too, a few times. All right, no fair catch call, taken at the 40, tries to hook his way around, finds a stitch, tries to seam it up down to about the 45-yard line. Is the ball on the carpet, and we will...
Let's see who recovers it. And it looks like it's Friendswood ball.
The Friendswood Mustangs have recovered the pumpkin.
Wow.
Heavens to Betsy, and it's looking like number 17 is going to be credited with the honors, Mr. Reed Nickerson.
Two big turnovers by Hightower, interception, and they fumble. They're giving Friendswood all kind of opportunities here, Charles.
All right, well, let's recap for you very briefly. It's 10-6, and the Hightower Hurricanes lead by 4 at home here against the Friendswood Mustangs. I'd like to see a primer as to how many times these teams have ever faced each other. This may be a first.
I have no idea.
Ball
spotted. The only way we probably face it would be in a playoff game. So
on the 44-yard line, and Page suddenly new life for Friendswood.
Got a lot of receivers up the top there.
Yep, trips out to the far side, way out to the far side, and it looks like we'll have a timeout called. by the Friendswood Mustangs. And we'll take that timeout with them. 7:46 to go in the half. It's 10-6 Hightower, where you're listening to CMC High School football on Sports Talk 790.
McLean Trailers, where Britton McLean and his staff carry on a 40-year tradition in the design of construction of boat trailers. Located on Coward Street in downtown Houston. Call McLean Trailers today at 713-675-2761 for McLean Trailers. McCree Ford on the Gulf Freeway South at 517 in Dickinson, where CEO Mitchell Dale carries on two things that cannot be coached: integrity and ethics. Call McCree Ford today, 281-337-1529, or online at McCreeFord.com. Coastal Eye Associates with 5 Clear Lake and Pearland area locations. Dr. Gregory T. Clairday will help you to see clear as day with Texas' best combination of optometrists and ophthalmologists. Call 281-488-7213. Gay Family Auto, located at 646 in Gulf Freeway in Dickinson, where 90-year young Marie Gay will walk right across the dealership and sell you a car. Come on down I-45 to Gay Family Auto. We're not far from wherever you are at gayfamilyauto.com.
Play action, snap, 5-yard drop back, hurling it downfield, but it's incomplete, Coach, and that was a nice rainbow arc.
Charles, we just got some nice information here that you and I didn't know. Friendswood and Hightower played last year, first round of the playoff, and Friendswood won that football game. So thank you for the help we got in the press box here.
It was number 85, the intended receiver, down deep near the 10-yard line, but incomplete for Friendswood, and that was Ramirez. Twins out far side, twins to the near side, and motion man going back to the far side. Barnes the blocking back. It's going to be Page. Handoff. Barnes busting forward on his feet. Coach gets down to the 30, cuts back inside, does a button hook to the 24. And Friendswood with the best rushing play of the night so far.
They certainly did. Ran right straight at him. Once he saw daylight, he made a great first down, and Friendswood on the move, threatening to take the lead here.
Well begun, half done. With 7 minutes to go, they could conceivably take their first lead in this game. But that's potential is one thing. You've got to deliver on the product, though. Twins out far side, twins to the near side. Page is capable of motion man back to the near side. Barnes set blocking back. It's going to be Page. Inside handoff slanting from the far to the near. Over left guard, but he won't get too far. Barnes, and wrapping him up will be that extremely large and very powerful defensive line, including 99, Darian Anderson, and number 93 for the Hightower Hurricanes, Coach
Wilson and Anderson.
Yep, Darian Wilson and Darius Anderson. That's 600 pounds of defensive line right there, Coach.
That's before Thanksgiving.
That's before Thanksgiving, yes, indeed. It'll be about 325 after that piece. Going back to the far side. Mullen far side's going to be Page. Airs it out on the run. And goodness gracious.
Yeah, it's complete but very short gainer, Charles. About 2 or 3 yards. Good tackle. One-on-one tackle out there.
That's the first time we've called this name this game, Coach. And this was a young man who was very active in pass receptions against the Dickinson Gators a few weeks ago. Mr. Cade Rennie.
Third down and 7 yards to go for the Mustangs.
It was
3rd and 7 for
quite
both
awesome
teams.
that he held on to the ball after that tomahawk hit he took over on that far side.
Oh, big 3rd down for both teams, Charles.
3rd down and 1 for Friendswood. Extremely important. All right, trips near, twins out to the far side. It's going to be Page. He could draw it out and carry it himself if he had to, and it looks like he might. No, he'll air it out into the end zone. Man is open. It's
complete.
Caught. Touchdown.
Give a lot of credit to Page on that, Charles. He was trapped in the backfield, rolled out to his left, bought himself lots of time. Receiver then got open.
That receiver, my friend, was Dylan Frisky. Once again, and wow, you talk about improvising. Looked like back from the old days, Fran Tarkenton, the way he would scramble. Page just about dropped, found a way open, ran to the near side, and I'm going to tell you something. A beautiful pass on a dead run out to Frisky.
Friendswood takes the lead.
Yes, sir. So it's now 12-10 Friendswood, and that's minus the PAT, which is yet to come. Cody Williamson snapped down and kick is up. It's G-double-O-D, good, and gee whiz. The Friendswood Mustangs have now taken a 13-10 lead over the Hightower Hurricanes. We'll take this time out. You're listening to CMC High School Football right here on Sports Talk 790.
Cars by Fitz, located at FM 2351, right next door to Clearbrook High School, where late mint condition pre-owned vehicles await your high school senior. Call them today, 281-992-4880 or carsbyfitz.com. Don't let the building fool you. Killen's is an upscale steakhouse right in the heart of Pearland and the only restaurant in town serving Allen Brothers USDA prime beef. Chef Ronnie Killen graduated from Le Cordon Bleu Culinary University in Paris, and his hand-cut steaks are cooked to perfection on a state-of-the-art infrared broiling system that seals in the natural juices of the steak, creating a melt-in-your-mouth experience. Texas Monthly was right. Killen's is the #1 steakhouse in Texas, 2804 South Main in Pearland. Call for your reservations now, 281-485-0844. Houston Partners Real Estate, helping build new homes in Pearland and businesses in Clear Lake, South Shore to New Heights with the best residential and commercial contracting and real estate sales. Call Connie Dando at 713-951-9300 or visit them online at hpr-llc.com. Moody National Bank, voted 14 straight years the best bank in Galveston County and in Southeast Texas by readers of the Galveston Daily News. At Moody National Bank, we strive to earn the confidence and trust of our customers by providing superior service with a personal touch and still do business the old-fashioned way with honor and integrity. Moody National Bank has 19 locations in Galveston, Brazoria, and Southeast Harris counties. Online at moodybank.com. Equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Okay, so Cody Williamson and the Friendswood Mustangs take their thin blue line coach out there to the 40-yard line to boot it right to left, and they're on top of the Hightower Hurricanes right now, 13-10. That's pretty good going.
Courtesy of an interception and a fumble, Charles. Turnovers are big in football games at any levels, and usually if you make a lot of turnovers, you have a good tendency to lose those kind of football games.
Yes, sir. We've seen that happen time and time again at all levels. All right, Williamson puts a good kick into that one, and we're going to bring it up far side, coach, out past the 20-25, out near the 30-yard line, and the Hightower Canes will set up shop at about that position with a good ball carry by Mr. Robert Graves.
Nice, good defensive back with that return.
Yes, sir. 5 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the first half of play, and it is the Friendswood Mustangs who've galloped to a 13-10 lead over the Hightower Hurricanes. Charles McCullough here along with Coach Ed Biles. And the football playoffs just beginning, as Coach Tony Heath at Pearland said, Coach, this is the beginning of the real season.
Yeah, it is, and maybe Friendswood played some pretty good competition. You know, Dickinson's in the playoff, Clear Creek's in the playoff, pretty good. George Ranch is in the playoff.
Yep. Motion man back near side, going far side. Nico Hollins inside handoff. McAdoo picks up 2.
On the carry for the Hurricanes, number 6, Devin McAdoo.
And the Friendswood Mustangs closing the gap. Number 12 for the Friendswood Mustangs. This is a youngster that looks a little light in the pocket too, Mr. Nick De Hoyos, but might go about 185 pounds, but hits like a Yokozuna.
Oh, whatever that means. I'm not sure that's
That
young.
means he
young
hits
talk.
about 4 times his body weight. Trips to
Okay.
the near side, 1 out far side. Nico Hollins, so the ball spot on the top railroad tie. Shotgun snap looking. This kid airs it out for us, a little square out pattern. He's going to pick up maybe about, 6 yards.
That ball was tipped to the line of scrimmage there, Charles. Still completed. And did he make the first down? And Huckabee third and very short.
Nice ball completion out on that far side for Mr. Blair Simon.
Hurricanes need a first down here, Charles. 4 minutes and 54 here. The clock running in the second quarter. They trail by 3.
Yes, sir. The Fort Bend Independent School District. It's right along with the Louisville ISD, the 2 fastest growing school districts in the state of Texas, Coach.
That's very true.
Both keeping pace one to the other. And now we've got a tight formation with an unbalanced line. And inside handoff. Well, no, it looks like play action got
Well, they take a timeout.
stopped.
Hurricanes didn't like what they looked at. The coaching staff took a timeout.
With the timeout, we'll thank our sponsors who make our broadcast happen, and we thank them very much. Craig Slater, Farmers Insurance over in Pearland. Proud to salute the Friendswood Mustangs. Phone 281-997-7575. Farmers is the superior symbol of service, and Craig Slater is the superior farmers agent over in Pearland. Craig Slater, Farmers Insurance, 281-997-7575. Kelly's Country Cooking, from Broadway and the Gulf Freeway down to Lamarck, also on the Gulf Freeway at FM 1765. Robbie Kelly and the staff will serve you a chicken fried steak where the steak and the chicken is a lot more than the fry. That is some really good stuff at Kelly's Country Cooking on the Gulf Freeway from Broadway down to FM 1765 heading toward Galveston. Proud to salute all of our area youth on a job well done. Again, Coach, unbalanced line for Hightower. Up on that top post. Nico Hollins. Inside handoff, and Coach, he will not get the first down.
Depends on the spot, Charles. Depends on the spot. It's going to be very, very close. Let's see. This might need to be measured. It's pretty close, Charles.
I think if they had actually possibly attempted, not to second guess a fine coach like Coach McGinnis, but perhaps a power I formation that would have actually accomplished.
They had two blockers in the backfield in front of him. And the surge of the defensive line of Friendswood did a pretty good job.
Yes, sir. That was number 3 on the ball carry, by the way, for Hightower that time. And that
I don't
Mr.
think they
Trevon
made it,
Bates.
Charles. My eyes tell me it's going to be a little bit short.
Well, Coach, they'll have a Coach Ed Miles credit card distance between the chains and the pigskin. Let's find out what we have here.
How about that? Just what I told you.
Well, your credit card's about 5 yards long, isn't it?
No, not quite that much. 4.5.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
It's 4th down. And tough call for the coaching staff. You're in your own territory. You're behind by 3.
Coach, I'll ask you the proverbial question. What would you do? Exactly.
Well, if you want to fool them, you're going to play action pass because high school linebackers can't cover play action passes. But you have to make sure you got a lot of confidence in your people.
Well,
here.
they'll settle for the unbalanced line again, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right,
Quarterback
and here we go. It'll be a quarterback keeper plunging forward. He might have gotten it.
As I told you many, many times, pretty hard to stop a quarterback sneak.
Yes,
awful
sir.
hard at any level to stop a quarterback sneak. And they pick up the first down.
And you heard that right here on AM 790 KBME Houston. Sports Talk 790. So Nico Hollins pushes the ball right up on the top railroad ties and finds a first down and 10. Ball now at the 41-yard line. Trips near one out far side. Nico Hollins with new life sets a blocking back in motion for the swing pass, catches it near side. He's going to air it and turn down the field, and it's almost picked off.
I tell you what, Friendswood defense did a great job recognizing what Hurricane was trying to do and throwing that ball out there with a one-on-one situation. But one of the receivers for Hightower went down the field. He was going to throw a second pass, and great reaction by the defensive backs of Friendswood to see it, cover it, and make it an incomplete pass.
Luke Armetta, number 22, was right there to almost pick the apple out of the tree, but not quite. It's second down and 10 for Hightower. Ball on the top post.
Called an audible.
41-yard line. Hollins, inside handoff, and he'll be smothered by a sea of blue and white.
Hurricanes, number 6, Devin McAdoo.
McAdoo, but he's going to be wrapped up.
Number 47, Ty Shelby.
And number 47 gets in there and drops him.
It's that big 6'5", 225 defensive
Ty
end.
Shelby.
He's 6'5", 225-pound defensive end, Charles.
Oh, he'll do a lot of filling out. You could see him maybe in time 6'6", and then 285. Trips near side, one out to the far side, and Hollins.
3rd and 12.
Yes, sir. Very important stand here for Friendswood if they can continue to pull this off. And it's going to be a quick flare out, and it is incomplete. Nice crossing route, but it just did not have the result that was expected or desired by Coach McGinnis or Hollins for that matter. It was number 14, a good one to send in just that kind of a passing tree pattern, Keelan Jackson.
Incredible defense so far by Friendswood, Charles. The last 4 possessions, they've had an interception, forced a punt, held it to a field goal, recovered a fumble, and another punt against the defense that has been giving up a lot of points in the ball game.
Yes, sir, and I'll tell you, this is if I was going to expect a result by this point, this is not what I would have expected, but Friendswood really doing an excellent job controlling their defense and doing what they want to defensively.
Great job defense, and you were looking at the defense that's giving up 45 points. they've given up a lot of points throughout the course of this season.
Yes, sir.
And they're playing very, very good defense. Very good job by the coaching staff of adjustments and doing to the things that Hightower has done. So far they've been very successful. Hightower 10-0, ranked 9th in 6A, and Friendswood no rankings in 6A.
And a 6-4 record, but
that's exactly
coming from
right.
Extremely tough 24-6A district.
So far they've been controlling the game. They've got the ball here now with 3:17. Crucial series for the Hurricane defense. They don't need to give up any more touchdowns going behind by more than 3.
3:17 to go in the first half of play. Twins near side, ball spotted top post. It's going to be Page. He'll keep the ball, hook around the far side, maybe pick up 3.
Yep. Well, good penetration by number 21 over there. Defensive back had a cornerback blitz over there. He come in and hit the quarterback, but he already handed the ball off. So it's second down.
Yes, sir. 93 did a good job of getting over there and standing in the way of things, Darian Wilson, as it's now third down and 1.
Put an extra defensive back in the ball game. Took a linebacker out.
Check that 2nd and 6. Twins near 1 wide out far side. It's going to be counting pattern coming around to the near side. He's going to get the first down, coach, and get out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. We have a flag thrown at the same time.
And let's see what the flag is. Big call. Yeah, penalty against Friendswood, so it'll be taken back. Friendswood offensive coaching staff, Charles, he countered. Hurricanes put in an extra defensive back, took out a linebacker, so instead of throwing the ball, they ran the ball and picked up pretty good yardage, but there's a penalty on the play. So
that was a nice effort by Nick DeHoyos, too. It come around from the far side on a little counter trap pattern and took it all the way for 1st and 10. It's like painting a Rembrandt and sticking a mud clod in it. It's a penalty like this.
2:34 here in the first half of the football game. Second down about 11 for the Friendswood Mustangs.
Yes, sir. 13-10. Friendswood by 3 with 2:32 to go in the first half of play. Page in the backfield now, all alone. Trips far, Twins near motion man going back far side. And it's going to be Page bouncing outside, crosses the 20, 25, cuts back inside. I don't know that he got the first down, coach.
They had the right call defense. They had a linebacker blitzing from that side, but he just missed a tackle. Allowed Page to pick up close to the first down. Let's see where they finally spot the ball. Maybe about a half a yard short. They're going to measure. It's going to be short.
Anthony Munoz on the stop there.
I think it's going to be a little bit short, Charles, but the Hurricane defensive coaches had the right call, but you can't go out there and tackle for those youngsters. The linebacker blitzed from the right side, and he just ran right by the quarterback. You have to tackle.
We'll bring the chain gang out one more time. Sports Talk 790, KBME Houston, Charles McCulley along with Coach Ed Biles. And in the weeks to follow, all the way till December 21st, NRG Stadium, Coach.
Made the first
state finals.
That played good for
made the first
down.
And he did get the first down and 10 after all. So that will help Friendswood at least control the rest of the pace of this first half, Coach, with a 13-10 lead and be able to protect that at least.
2-14. Like I said, this is a lot of pressure on the Hurricane defense, I think, this series.
One of the stories in this game so far, Coach, first half is the 2 turnovers collected by Friendswood.
No question. That's the difference in the ball game.
That's the difference in the ball game, indeed.
But I think also the Mustang defense is playing pretty smart and good football.
Twins out far side, one near. A little bit of a pistol formation. Shotgun snap rolling. Page looking, looks back the other way. Going to throw it. Caught, and it's a first down out to about the 41-yard line.
And stop the clock, which is important. Even though they move the chains, the clock will stop and won't start. Minute and 58. And Friendswood have saved their timeouts. They've got their timeouts left.
Coach, that was Dylan Frisky again on the reception, the young man that caught the touchdown pass on the last Big Six score for Friendswood.
Frisky scored 6 touchdowns already this year.
Yes, sir. Trips near 1 out far side. Coming around to the near side. It's going to be a little pattern to the 47-yard line, and a nice ball carry indeed.
Well, the defensive outside linebacker lost control, lost outside containment, and let him get to the outside. You got to force the outside. You got to force him back to the inside. You got to keep that outside arm and shoulder clean, and 8 yards on the play. Friendswood mixing it up. I think it's like Hurricanes expecting passes, and they're moving ball down the field, running the ball game.
That was De Hoyos on the
Clock
counter
running.
trap pattern coming to the near side, Coach. He finally did succeed in getting a good gainer. So it's going to be Page just busting forward, Coach, first down. Yes, and he'll be dead red to rights at the 50-yard line.
Depends on the spot. They should have made the first down. They're stopping the clock.
Brought down by number 45.
Yes, sir.
Probably a timeout taken by Friendswood. Use one of them about 1:02 on the clock. Timeout.
All right, we'll thank our sponsors to make our broadcast happen. They include Vern Insurance Group in Pearland, 281-922-1616 at verninsurancegroup.com. We thank New Life Lutheran Church over in Pearland and my friend Pastor Brian Giggy, where we've got the Thanksgiving and Christmas holiday seasons coming up, and every Sunday and Wednesday, too, will bring you something special for you and your family. New Life Lutheran Church in Pearland. And Stacy Adams, the Brazoria County Commissioner, proud to salute both Friendswood and Pearland schools, 281-331-3197. It's Ford Automotive in Friendswood, 281-482-9315. You can drive a Ford, a Chevy, a Mitsubishi, but just bring it into Ford Automotive just the same. You'll get excellent care and treatment, 281-482-9315. So the Friendswood Mustangs now. First down and 10.
They made the first down.
Twins far side, Twins near, Page.
50 yards ago, 1:08 on the clock.
Yes, sir.
Two timeouts.
Man going back to the far side is going to be De Hoyos again. Shotgun snap rolling, Page looking. Good protection, but he's losing control of the pocket. Going backwards further. Heavy rush. He'll have to let loose. It's caught. Gets out of bounds at about the 42-yard line in Hightower territory.
The Mustangs, number 21.
Coach, that's pretty good scrambling for that youngster.
Now, there's a flag down on the field there, Charles, or maybe a lineman downfield. And that happens once in a while when you have a scrambler like that. What they call Holden. He did a great job. What a great job by the Page of buying time and finally finding an open receiver to make out of that play.
Yes,
but
sir. That was Barnes that had gotten loose from the backfield and caught the ball, but all for naught.
57 seconds and second and about 20. But he just did a great job of finally finding an open receiver.
And to take a word out of the Coach Ed Biles Dictionary of Football Lexicon, escapability is what
he's double escapability.
demonstrated. Yes, sir. So we'll have Twins to the near side. We'll have triplets out to the far side. It's Page all alone in the backfield. Ball spotted on the low post, 40-yard line. First down and 20. Takes the snap, 5-yard drop back. Watch him draw it out, and he will not escape, however, the clutches of the rush of 93. That's Darian Wilson again, 300 pounds of pressure. And
that was a big defensive play because the clock remains running now. They're down to 40 seconds clock running, and it's going to be second down and about 25. And the Coach Koopman is not hurrying up, trying to think he's going to be happy to go in with a halftime lead of 13-10, 25 seconds, and again the clock is running. So
it's been a really interesting football game, Coach. One you like to watch despite the low score, but low scoring just the same. Twins far, Twins to the near side. It's going to be no Page on the keeper, going forward, cross the 50, but he'll get to the original line, maybe a few more. But
only 9 seconds, going to be fourth down and about 10 on this play. And
11 yards to go.
Third down penalty, third down and 11 with 9 seconds up there, Charles.
Yes, sir. We'll have a halftime show coming up in just a moment or three, and we'll appraise you of games being played around the area, of the few that there are. But then tomorrow night, set up the action for what will be a lot of heavy-duty by-district playoff action. Trips far side, one near. Page rolling far side looking. He'll have to counter, come back to near side, an elusive move. He's going to slip it out and finds a receiver down to the 40, to the 35, 30, down to the 28-yard line. My goodness.
That's the end of the first half, though, Charles. The last play of the first half, and once again, this youngster's putting on quite a show. Tyler Page. It's a Page show here the first half of this football game.
Riverboat gambling indeed. And by the way, found a young man we may see more of in the second half, Cade Rennie. number 11. So active in the Dickinson game, but not so active in this first half. Open him up as a passing tool in the second half. Friends,
when you're playing against a quarterback like this, you've got to get your defensive players. Don't try to hurt him. You break down and make sure you can't go forward. You can't lunge. You got to get yourself under control. You got to get yourself in a football position and make sure you just tackle him. Don't try to hurt him. There are a lot of missed tackles against him so far this first half.
Yes, sir. Hey, it's a good football contest. 13-10 is our score. The Friendswood Mustangs are in the lead over the Category 5 Hurricanes of Hightower.
Obviously, that 10-0 record hasn't affected the Mustangs.
No, it didn't. It's a whole new season now, Coach. Everybody's got a 0-0 record coming into the playoffs. In any case, we'll take this local break, and we'll come right back and have some good things for you in our halftime presentation here, where you hear CMC High School football on Sports Talk 790.
Moody National Bank, voted 14 straight years the best bank in Galveston County and in Southeast Texas by readers of the Galveston Daily News. At Moody National Bank, we strive to earn the confidence and trust of our customers by providing superior service with a personal touch and still do business the old-fashioned way with honor and integrity. Moody National Bank has 19 locations in Galveston, Brazoria, and Southeast Harris counties. Online at moodybank.com. Equal housing lender and member FDIC. In 1975, BMW sparked a revolution with the 3 Series. 40 years later, it's still the benchmark to which others are held. Its style and handling guarantee the ultimate in performance. Visit BMW of Clear Lake and experience the ultimate in customer service. Lease the 2015 320i sedan for only $279 a month for 36 months. BMW of Clear Lake has a large selection of new and certified pre-owned BMWs. BMWClearLake.com. 42004 due at signing. 0 security deposit plus TTNL.
We expect a lot from the teams we give our loyalty to. We expect them to play through the pain, leave it on the field, and give 110%, even though that's impossible. Yet when it comes to the banks we give our money to, we expect less than we do of the backup punter. At Frost, we want to change the way you think about banks entirely by never stopping when it comes to giving you our very best. And if you need to armchair quarterback us sometime, go for it. It'll only make us better. See what you can expect at frostbank.com/expect more.
Arlen's Market, where the vegetables are never on the tired side. Owner Ames Arlen always aims to please his customers. Family owned and operated for over 20 years with locations from Seabrook to San Antonio, there's bound to be a location in your hometown. Online at arlensmarket.com. DeMontron Gulf Freeway. Just exit 15 off the Gulf Freeway and enter the universe of DeMontron. From Conroe to Houston and now Texas City. Remember, when it comes to your new car purchase, it's definitely DeMontron. Online for you 24/7 at DeMontron.com. LaPorte Mitsubishi on 146 between Spencer and Fairmont and LaPorte, where Larry Garza's team has the same mission as the teams on the field: trust, integrity, and respect. Come see the 2016 Mitsubishi, America's best running affordable luxury car. Online at smartchoicelaporte.net. Flex Oil Services in Channelview is proud to help secure Houston's and America's future through advanced petrochemical and industrial technology. Proud supporters of high school football, contact Flex Oil Services today. Online at flexofs.com. C-Bar Contractors, Texas' most prolific contractors and constructors of commercial buildings and shopping malls. Call Chili Beans Childers in Cassie today at 409-925-5757 or on the web at cbarcontractors.com. Crazy Allen Swap Shack, located at the Kima Boardwalk at the foot of the Seabrook Bridge. Crazy Allen serves the finest in Louisiana cuisine, and if it isn't grown or raised in South Louisiana, we don't have it. At Crazy Allen Swap Shack, it's always time to laissez le bon temps rouler. Online at theswapshack.com. The Cake Lady Bakery, located on South Friendswood Drive in Friendswood, with a 40-year tradition of baked goods, excellence in wedding cakes, cookies, pastries, and holiday catering. 5-star rated on weddingwire.com. Call Rose the Cake Lady at 281-482-3072 or online at cakeladybakery.com. Ron Carter Clear Lake, where the snowman Kyle Snow offers Houston's lowest APR on America's luxury car, Cadillac, as well as America's finest import Hyundai. Ron Carter Clear Lake on the Gulf Freeway South, just past the 2351 exit. Online 24/7 at roncarterclearlake.com. This is the CMC Communications Halftime Report, brought to you by Moody National Bank, consistently voted best bank in Texas, and by BMW of Clear Lake. Experience the ultimate in customer service at bmwofclearlake.com. Now, back to the broadcast booth. Here's Charles McCullough.
Halftime score, 13-10 here at Hall Stadium, and a ball game that many folks anticipated from last year when these two teams faced each other, Coach, although it took overtime for Friendswood to finally come out on top. We have a relatively close game right now, but albeit a low-scoring one, too.
Yeah, with the basically in the Tyler Page show, Charles, pretty much he's carried the ball 14 times this first half for 124 yards. So if you add that 124 onto what he had coming into this game now, the young man is over 1,700 yards rushing this year. And he's now carried 259 times this season where he ran the ball. That's not talking about passing the ball. So the adjustment that the Hurricanes got to make, they've got to slow this young man down. They can't let him control the football game, control the clock, control the first downs, be it the fact that the Friendswood defense has maybe playing their best football game of the year so far. They forced 2 turnovers, an interception, and a fumble recovery, and that's kind of pretty much the difference in the ball game right now. The turnovers and the play of Page, and the Hurricanes need to make some halftime adjustments if they want to remain undefeated.
I'll tell you what, the Friendswood Mustangs have reinvented themselves, Coach, in a way on defense. When last saw them against the Dickinson Gators, their offense showed quite a lot of potency, although the Gators just outran them, out-threw them, and out-tackled them at the same time. But the Friendswood Mustangs showed an awful lot of offensive firepower in that game. Not as much here, but the defense here is what's told the tale of the tape with 2 turnovers.
And I don't think there's any way that the Hurricanes, even though they're 10-0, could have overlooked this team, so to speak, because this is the same team that beat them in the first round of the playoffs last year.
Yes, sir, absolutely. At the same time, you've got a Friendswood Mustang team coming out of 24-6A. You've got and teams around that entire area, including the Dickinson Gators.
Well,
Clear Creek Wildcats, they're undefeated. They'll be tomorrow evening in action over at District Stadium in their by-district playoff round. Now, Clear Creek, as we look for some of the pairings as they may occur in weeks to come, some conventional wisdom pundits, I don't know who listens to those people anymore, but
well, here's what it looks like, Charlie.
Might say that if you have a Dawson win tomorrow and a Pearland victory and a Dickinson victory, you would potentially have Dickinson Pearland.
Well, you got Pearland tomorrow night, 10-0, playing Beaumont Westbrook. You think Pearland would win. Dickinson, of course, 9-1, playing 80th Elsick. Those two teams win. Pearland will pair off with Dickinson.
Just as they did last year.
As they did last year. You get down here to the next bracket, and you're going to find that Manville, they're playing 8-2, playing Channelview, 7-3.
Channelview's a pretty good team this year, too. They've surprised some.
Manville needs to wake up in the playoffs. Clear Creek is 10-0, playing Fort Bend Travis. Now, that means a good possibility Manville could play Clear Creek next week's ball games. You got George Rent, 10-0, playing Fort Bend Bush in that area aspect of it. Looking down here, Port Neches Grove is playing Dayton, and they will play the winner of the Angleton Texas City ball game. Texas City looking at 7-3. So a lot of ball games tomorrow evening are going to determine an awful lot. This is the biggest Thursday night game in this area. A lot of Thursday night games around the state, but this is the big one in this area.
Okay, well, that's Coach Ed Biles, Charles McCulley here with you. We've got the Friendswood cheerleading squad. It's going to join the 3 captains will join us.
Charles, you mean you're getting rid of an ugly 84-year-old man for these pretty young ladies? Boy, you hurt my feelings. You good-looking young ladies come getting rid of an 84-year-old man. I'm mad. I'm quitting, Charles.
Well, I'll tell you what, Coach Ed Biles. First, we'll take this time out, though. And we'll be right back with Mrs. Fan, also of Fanco Plumbing, one of our proud sponsors. And this is where you hear CMC High School football tonight on Sports Talk 790.
Moody National Bank, voted 14 straight years the best bank in Galveston County and in Southeast Texas by readers of the Galveston Daily News. At Moody National Bank, we strive to earn the confidence and trust of our customers by providing superior service with a personal touch and still do business the old-fashioned way with honor and integrity. Moody National Bank has 19 locations in Galveston, Brazoria, and Southeast Harris counties. Online at moodybank.com. Equal housing lender and member FDIC. In 1975, BMW sparked a revolution with the 3 Series. 40 years later, it's still the benchmark to which others are held. Its style and handling guarantee the ultimate in performance. Visit BMW of Clear Lake and experience the ultimate in customer service. Lease the 2015 320i sedan for only $279 a month for 36 months. BMW of Clear Lake has a large selection of new and certified pre-owned BMWs. BMWClearLake.com. 42004 due at signing. 0 security deposit plus TTNL. Arlen's Market, where the vegetables are never on the tired side. Owner Ames Arlen always aims to please his customers. Family owned and operated for over 20 years with locations from Seabrook to San Antonio, there's bound to be a location in your hometown. Online at arlensmarket.com. DeMontron Gulf Freeway. Just exit 15 off the Gulf Freeway and enter the universe of DeMontron. From Conroe to Houston and now Texas City. Remember, when it comes to your new car purchase, it's definitely DeMontron. Online for you 24/7 at DeMontron.com.
We expect a lot from the teams we give our loyalty to. We expect them to play through the pain, leave it on the field, and give 110%, even though that's impossible. Yet when it comes to the banks we give our money to, we expect less than we do of the backup punter. At Frost, we want to change the way you think about banks entirely by never stopping when it comes to giving you our very best. And if you need to armchair quarterback us sometime, go for it. It'll only make us better. See what you can expect at frostbank.com/expect more.
Charles McCullough back live. It's 13-10. The Friendswood Mustangs have a lead over the Hightower Hurricanes, who were 10-0 coming into this game. Friendswood 6-4, but coming out of a very tough district and holding their own on D with 2 turnovers. We are joined by Mrs. Michelle Fan of Fanco Plumbing Company, one of our proud sponsors. But you do a whole lot more than just sponsor our broadcast. You also are an integral part of why Friendswood is a championship football team, a championship community, because you're dealing with championship cheerleaders. We're going to talk to some of those in just a minute, too. We're going to be talking to Katie, Christine, and a lot of other young ladies. Now, first of all, let me ask you, how long has Fanco Plumbing been in business?
We have been in business now for 2 years in Friendswood. My husband, Carl Fan, has been in the industry for over 20 years.
Yes, ma'am. Fanco Plumbing. Well, let's talk a little bit about the kinds of things. I take it as the weather gets a little bit cooler. I have yet to see that. Who knows? It may be January